welcome to the Better Banking Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Foster, and running the show in the control room is Producer Rune. How's it going, Producer Rune?
Everything's fine, except the studio seems to be haunted. I repeat, haunted. Aside from that, everything's fine. How are you?
Spirited! The Better Banking Podcast is a show created by Gain Federal Credit Union. Gain believes everyone ought to have access to fair and honest banking services, and Gain has a commitment to share our financial knowledge for your financial advantage. Now, I'm not the expert, but I know the experts, and we're going to bring you the experts to help you manage your money better with useful information and resources. We'll also share our insights on how credit unions work and how they're different from banks. That's a lot, so we better get going. Today, we have a special guest on the Gain Better Banking Podcast. It's our branch manager of our Burbank branch, Mr. Paul Stewart. Paul, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate you having me.
Now, how long have you been working at Gain? I started here in the mid-'50s, and I don't think you were there yet. But I know you've been here quite some time.
I have, actually. I started here in February of 2014.
And did you start off as the branch manager?
I did, actually. I was hired as the branch manager here, having come from another credit union, long banking history. I've been in banking since 2000.
Got a lot of experience down there in the branch here at Burbank. So we are not alone in this pandemic, but we did make a lot of effort to accommodate our members and to let them know about the remote banking choices that Gain Credit Union offers its members. I was just curious if you noticed any changes in the way our members bank.
Certainly, yeah. It's been a challenging 2 years, challenging for us in the branch and for our members as well. We were fortunate at the branch that we only shut the branch down one day over the last 2 years due to the pandemic. We have remained open this whole time, with the exception of that one day. But this has also allowed us to educate our members, as you said, Eric, about all of our different choices, different options to do remote banking, the card controls. We started offering that before most financial institutions did.
We launched card controls, and 2 months later, Discover Card came out with their on and off service.
And now most cards offer it, but it was something that, as you said, we had from the get-go. It's a nice feature to turn your card off if you don't use it too often. Hopefully you do. The mobile banking has just grown in leaps and bounds in the last 2 years. The mobile deposit's fantastic. You have a check that you need to deposit, take your picture front and back. It's in your account right away. We highlighted more our Dropbox feature. A lot of people would call it a night Dropbox. That's what the moniker would have been in years past. But the Dropbox is there 24/7. You don't have to do it just at night.
So this is a secure box on the outside of the building that a member can drop off documents, checks for deposits. Do you take cash?
We take everything through our Dropbox.
Outstanding.
So it's a nice feature for members that, talking about the time of COVID, may not want to be around a lot of other people. We see a lot of mortgage payments that come through there the first of the month. It's a very popular service, as well as if you're doing a loan with us, as you stated, you got documents you need to drop off. You can drop them off that way. We also have, if you have a debit card or ATM card with us, our ATMs. We have 3 ATMs. Correct me if I'm wrong, Eric. This is the only drive-through ATM that's in the city of Burbank.
One of the only drive-up credit union ATMs, that's for sure.
Credit unions are better, of course. And you don't only have to use a Gain ATM. If you're not local and you're outside the area, we belong to the Co-op Network, which is a network of 30,000 ATMs nationwide that you can find right on our app as well. Again, talking about those remote services. But of course, if you are here, come on in.
Well, that's the thing. We went through a lot of effort to alert our members about the remote banking choices that they have, but we also put a lot of effort into the in-person experience at the branches during COVID. Can you tell us a little bit about what steps we took?
As we learned through COVID, as everybody learned, it was an evolving process. The first few months were extremely challenging. But the way we protected members and staff is that we put up the plexiglass between the teller stations, the member services stations where we service members for new accounts. At the beginning of the onset of the pandemic, going to an appointment-only process, which was challenging. but still allowing our branches to be open. The floor stickers showing the separation for social distancing, the 6 feet. But again, always remaining diligent, being here, following county orders to ensure that we can all be here and still serve our members.
It's not what's in your wallet, it's what you take out. And when you take out the Gain Platinum Rewards MasterCard, you'll get an amazing array of features. You'll get a low introductory rate on purchases and balance transfers. You get rewards points on every purchase and double rewards points on gas and groceries. What don't you get? This card has no annual fees, no balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, and no foreign transaction fees. Sign up for your Gain Platinum Rewards MasterCard today at gainfcu.com/rewards. On approved credit, see credit union for details.
Gain better banking.
And I got to ask, and I can certainly attest to the fact that the staff has done a tremendous job during this period. Tell us how they're doing. How are they holding up?
Everybody's doing great. Honestly, we all look forward to coming to work to serve our members. Everybody's feeling challenged these days with, the rules, the regulations. But you know what? We love seeing our members. We'd love to see their faces again. It's been both a challenge and surprisingly fun to get to know our members just from mid-nose up.
Yes.
We are here, as you said, we're a neighborhood bank. We love our community and we love our members that come in. I have one member that I like to joke with because I already know what time she comes in every Friday. That's what we're all about, just our community, our people.
And I think much of the staff has gone through this time with a bit of sense of humor. I remember early on, it was we were talking about this as being one of the first times that you could actually come into the credit union with a mask on and not be escorted out the door.
Absolutely. And that was honestly a little nerve-wracking at first because, again,
indeed,
being in banking, for 20-some years, as you said, that never in the course of history that I can recall were you allowed to come in with a mask on.
Not even at Halloween.
Exactly. Even on Halloween, nothing covering your face. We have to be able to positively identify everybody. Yeah, that was a challenge at first and took some getting used to. And honestly, I think we're all looking forward to the time where we can see everybody's faces again.
What changes, if any, did you go through as far as managing staff and helping staff through the pandemic?
There was a lot of pivoting that needed to be done. Had to do hard pivots left and right, depending on what regulation was coming down, what ordinances were around. It was a balance between making sure we're still around to serve our members, but also protect our members and protect our staff. There were a lot of scary things that came out, in the news when COVID first came around. It was unknown. And employees were concerned. And so wanting to hear those concerns, address them, make sure that they were safe, as well as understand, this is a part of our jobs. We are our frontline staff and we're here to serve our members. So it was a juggling and a balancing act to make sure that, everybody was served. Our employees, our members. It's hard to describe. Wanting to make sure that, we are here day in and day out to do what we're paid to do, as well as serve our members. I had to take all that into consideration. We were doing daily cleanings of the branch every hour, even when the pandemic first came around. Lysol wipes everywhere. It was challenging, and staff, had good days and had bad days, and trying to keep them boosted up was both challenging and fun. So, yes. But having to pivot every time something changed or a new variant came around or whatever it is, something as a manager I have to do. And, ensuring the safety of our members, our staff, was always a priority.
And credit unions, along with other financial institutions, were essential workplaces. And the frontline staff here at the credit union are essential workers. We salute the frontline staff.
Thank you for that, Eric. Yeah, we work very hard, so we appreciate the kudos for that. And we're here to serve our members. This is a choice we make to serve our members, and that's why we're here.
Paul Stewart, Branch Manager, thank you for coming on.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate the time.
And that'll do it for today's episode. Please send your comments and questions to podcast@gainfcu.com. Once more, I'd like to thank our guest, Branch Manager Paul Stewart. And of course, thanks to Producer Rune. How's it going in the control room now, Producer Rune?
Oh yeah, everything's fine except a really big hangnail. Just one big one. Usually have a whole bunch of little ones, but it's one really big one. But...
Well, hang in there, Rune. And please join us again because there's a lot more to gain.
Really, really big hangnail. The views and opinions expressed by hosts and guests of the Better Banking Podcast are not those of Gain Federal Credit Union. Gain Federal Credit Union is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender. NMLS number 407810.